Shouldn't a situation like this have been considered attempted murder and have led to a criminal prosecution?
This is 5 Eyewitness News at 5.
A Minneapolis cop shot and wounded by another officer settles with the city.
This was never about the money. It was about the justice.
The price of justice? $4.5 million. That settlement involving Officer Dewey No is the biggest ever involving a Minneapolis police officer. Hello, everyone. I'm John Mason.
I'm Leah McLean. The City Council approved the deal today by an 11-1 vote. Glenn Barber is live in Minneapolis with reaction from Officer No. Glenn?
And Leah, this case involving the two police officers and the city of Minneapolis was scheduled to go to trial in January, but the settlement that was voted on here at City Hall today means it won't come to that after all. And tonight, the officer who was seriously injured in this friendly fire incident says that his fellow cop made a bad choice. Officer Dewey No's life changed forever in February of 2003, suffering at least half a dozen bullet wounds from an automatic weapon.
After all these years of getting cut open 26 times, I'm still feeling the effects of the surgery.
Say aye. Aye. Opposed? That carries.
The Minneapolis City Council today approved a $4.5 million settlement with Officer No. City officials call it the best possible outcome in an unfortunate circumstance.
It's an enormous sum of money. That is far more than I would ever like to be involved with, but these are also extraordinary consequences.
No's defense attorney planned to use this animation at trial, showing what Officer No says happened that night. First, a confrontation with an unknown criminal. His bulletproof vest saved his life. During a short foot chase that followed, No called for help and warned police that he was in plain clothes. A few minutes later, No says he was out of breath and collapsed under a light, where Officer Charles Storley fired on him.
It was a very bad decision made by an officer.
And Officer No goes on to say that Officer Storley never should have had that automatic weapon in the passenger compartment of his squad car. You may recall that Officer Storley quit the Minneapolis Police Department several years ago. Now, tonight we're learning that the city will pay this $4.5 million settlement out of what officials call the self-insurance fund. That's money in the city's budget that is set aside for things like workman's comp and legal settlements. Reporting live in Minneapolis, I'm Glenn Barber, 5 Eyewitness News.
Glenn, thanks. A Minneapolis police officer is out of surgery after being shot in the ankle early this morning. It happened as the officer was responding to a fight in a parking lot at Hennepin Avenue and 3rd Street around 2:30. Officer Daniel Grossland is expected to recover from his injury. 2 suspects are now in custody in connection with the shooting. A man shot by police while driving a stolen car is now in critical condition. Investigators say it all started when a man walked into a home in Paynesville with a gun around 3 a.m. They say he jabbed one of the homeowners in the ribs, then stole their car. That stolen car was later spotted in Malacca. The man behind the wheel was shot following a chase and then taken to the hospital. Police are still trying to determine if the man shot by officers was the same person who burst into the home. 4 state troopers and 2 Mille Lacs County Sheriff's deputies have been put on leave pending an investigation.
That last report didn't even bother to say if the squad cars were equipped with video camcorders. If they were, we'll never get to see the videotape.